Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. I am the Bardic Knock. You can find me on the internet, Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and YouTube as the Bardic Knock. We're going to be playing the One Piece tabletop role-playing game after the Azure Comp session 29. I will be your GM today. I'm basically here to facilitate, that's how you say words, anime bullshit. Let's do that. Players, you know the drill. Nick, you.
Hi, I'm Nick, also known as Strider Winners everywhere on the internet. You can most often find me here on the Bardic Knox channel, as I am his mod on Twitch, I'm his mod on Discord, and I'm one of his greatest friends. Other place you can find me is over on the Undead K, or she's not the, she's just Undead K. The Undead K's channel, playing in a Curse of Strahd game, but that would have happened just this past Thursday, but we didn't because she was sick. But it's every other Thursday they're on. But find me on Discord if you really want to talk to me. Dakota?
Yeah, there we go, Dakota. Who are you? And then Shogun's gonna interrupt you. Let's go.
What's that beeping? What is that noise in the background?
Drin. Sounds like a fucking modem.
Oh
Yeah.
it sounded like a ghost to me.
Ren's booting up. Got it. I'm Dakota. White Wolf 2 pretty much anywhere. Nothing really special. You can't find me very many places other than here on Bardic's channel. For this and for his knockoff progressions every Monday.
Sorry, that is a
The fucking siren head going on? What the hell?
What is going on?
No, I'm
Is
hearing a fucking dialogue
Is Ren actually a
connection.
robot?
Fuck that. Rin's been playing us this whole time. Rin uses like a 1990s dial-up connection, and someone picked up the phone. What the fuck? Okay, Shogun, who are you? You know what, I'm gonna mute Rin for like 5 seconds.
Wait, no! What is going on?
Like Christ, yo!
Rin, what are you doing?
That's the dial-up sound played at 700 times slower than it.
What?
My guy!
Playing it. Why?
You wanted it to just sound like there's children crying in the background?
This is why
Anyway.
we don't have an intro. We can just cut and paste into the start of every fucking session. Shogun,
God damn it,
who are you?
I'm Shogun. I stream on the Cryogun channel,
How do you spell?
which I streamed on yesterday. I'm playing as Maggie today, I believe. Yeah,
That's it.
that's it.
Oh yeah, Fred
Jimmy.
mentioned I'm playing his wave.
Uh,
I'll also
Jimmy
play as
knows here.
Jimmy today.
Jimmy
Are you
is...
playing as Jimmy? What?
I would have
Yeah.
laughed if James would have actually popped in at that point, but like, hello, and we're just like, what? When did you get here?
So,
I'll play as Jimmy today. Jimmy will be playing as Dr. Frankenstein.
Doctor,
Shogun, you alright?
buddy.
So
Sounded like you're about to cry. I'll be playing as Dr. Frankenstein.
James
I
is...
think the dial-up tone wasn't Ren booting up, but maybe Shogun.
James will be here soon, so James will just introduce himself when he gets here. He is currently donating life juice. That sounds like sperm. No, he's donating the other one. He's donating the one in veins!
I want to be a little bit more specific there.
I mean, maybe. We don't know what he's up to. We just got his word for it. So yes, he's doing that. He's moving on. Bryn, who
No, he's not doing that.
He's donating plasma. Like, from his blood.
Bryn, who the fuck are you?
This is why we don't have a just.
That's why we can't just skip the intro
Yep.
anymore. Ever.
To be honest, I think this is some of the best content we produce.
Rin, stop booting and just fucking be you.
No, apparently something.
Okay, well that's Rin.
He's having pop-ups.
Rin is dialing up. Let's
He's
go.
having too many. He's having too many pop-ups. He must have got a virus somewhere.
I
No.
am Rin.
No, you're not.
Fucking's going.
I will be playing Iris. Pay no mind to the sounds you hear in the background.
You sound like the fucking announcer from Trivia Murder Party.
You do actually.
It's
Yeah.
this.
Any questions?
I
have
I'm
many
going to end you.
questions, but I'm fairly certain I'm not going to get an answer. Alright. One Piece tabletop role-playing game. Briefest of recaps. Last time we set up for a bunch of anime bullshit fights. Everybody has got their 1v1 match. Going down the list as quickly as I can. Mercurius is fighting a dogfish mermaid shark. No, fish person. Yes, a dogfish fish person. And she is,
Hello.
Oh,
James is here.
James. Alright, James, who are you? We're nearly ready to get started.
Perfect timing. You missed all the comedy though.
Well, give me a second.
Comedy. Yes,
How you doing
that's
on
what it
life
was.
What am I to do? I'm sorry, my dumbass cat ran all over my food I just got and spilt it all over, so...
James, just tell us who you are, because we're actually only just finishing introductions. That is how bad we are doing today.
Because we started a half hour late. I have to leave in less than an hour.
Alright, we're gonna smash through this, I promise.
I
You never
am
have to.
James,
You're
I play Jimmy, and currently I am the man who wishes to strangle his own cat.
We do not
That's who I
condone.
am. That is everything you need to know about me.
We here at Team 4-Star do not condone child violence.
We
We
do.
do, however, find it hilarious.
So yeah, we aren't actually going to hurt the animal, but we can think. Oh, bastard animal. And that's
In
as
a
far as
video
it
game.
goes.
You gotta stay in a video game.
Oh,
You said that
we
we're not
are
actually gonna
video
hurt
game.
animals yet. Nick's over here about to beat up a dogfish.
Oh,
So,
oh, I'm gonna.
James is about to destroy a slime girl.
You might want to rephrase that.
No.
Nope.
Nope.
After donating all that life juice, James is gonna go smash a slime girl.
Stop! No!
He's gonna donate more afterwards.
Oh my god!
Okay, so
That slime girl could really use some life shoes.
going through the list quickly. Mercurius, our resident fish person, is beating up another fish person. She is small, she is angry, she has a big, terrifying, like, spiked gauntlet that she nearly ran through someone. He's teaming up with Doom Guy. They are fighting in a giant swimming pool, essentially.
Doom guy is sunk to the bottom.
Wave is fighting against just an absolute shithead called Manowar, who I'm basically just embodied to be like the very stereotypical thinks he's all that cockney rock star wannabe poser punk ass bitch.
So, like the lead singer in the Sex Pistols?
Well, no, because he's an actual horrible, terrible human being.
Uh,
But yeah, not too far off. The easiest, the easiest thing I can create a comparison to is who remembers terrible, terrible movies from the late 2000s, early 2010s with Russell Brand, where he played. Like,
there's a lot of those.
Yeah, so like Get Him to the Greek, stuff like that, where he's just playing this really cliched, "Oh, I'm so fucking cool, me, yeah," like that. It's
That was his character, which is very unfortunate for his career.
I mean, let's face it, that is also who Russell Brand was, and now he's a pseudo political commentator, intellectual. Something.
I don't know. He was cool in bedtime stories
I mean, I could go off on a whole tangent
as the
about Russell
fucking
Brand.
comic relief.
I could really go off on a whole tangent about Russell Brand because he is an infuriating person. Like, not because like, ooh, I hate him. Like, because he's very smart, but an asshole. But then also aware that he's an asshole and does a lot of really good stuff. But then he's also just a cunt.
Anyway.
Anyway, so that is where...
TOS. I'm not sure if that one's allowed.
Are you not allowed to
It
say
is on
that?
the EU server.
I don't know. That seems like one of those that's up there.
Alright, well, you know what?
Depends on which server you're on.
Look, if I claim Scottish heritage, I'm allowed to say that, right? Because that just fits into their regular vernacular like it's nothing. Seriously, go and spend a weekend in Scotland. You'll be called that more times than you care to acknowledge, and not even in an aggressive way. That's how they say
I
hello.
did spend a weekend in Scotland, and I did get called that. Doesn't make it available for Twitch.
Oh. So, that's another fight.
So, Maggie's fighting who?
Literal fire. But also just a sociopath, egomaniac, who is fireman. That's what's going on there. Jimmy, we have Skunk Boy versus Google. It's the terrible sequel that nobody wanted to Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Unlike the other terrible sequel that nobody wanted to Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
It was so bad. They tried to make it good, and it just wasn't. And they had some other dude play fucking Shark Boy, and he didn't even have a single line.
Wow. And then...
It wasn't fucking Taylor Lautner.
I love how you're genuinely upset about this.
We keep going off topic.
Are you upset?
Welcome
that
to this game.
You're the one that said you had to leave it an hour.
Fucking let's go then.
We'll go. And Rin, Iris is fighting he doesn't know what. Let's fucking
Smoke.
go.
Smoke?
He who must not be seen.
Rin don't know what he's fighting.
Morty?
And with that, we will jump on in. We did like the entire first round, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's and it ended with secret thing. Ignore this. Yanking Iris out of the suit.
All right. So we will start the next round. We will jump right on in. Isabel. Well, is not a bell. Is Dogfish.
Isabel is not a bell.
Isabel is Dogfish. And Isabel, she gonna do a bunch of punches. Where my dice? Not my dice. Alright, so Isabel is basically just gonna do like a flurry of blows.
Sure.
So nice and quick, flurry of blows. Attack roll 1, attack roll 2, attack roll 3. Those are all hot fucking garbage.
Versus my pretty solid defense, and not.
Yeah, so that's block, hit. And
Ouch.
let me find the correct dice. This one.
Also, I'm imagining you're just going, no, smack, bitch.
So, in my mind, the anime-ness of this is like she's gonna like punch, you catch both of them, and in the water she is then going to like do a backwards roll and kick you in the face. So that's how it works in my mind, the flurry of blows. And
Wonderful.
damage on that is 12.
Halved because damage reduction of level 6 is 6. So I take 6 damage. Ouchies.
Next up, Maggie.
How's your draw?
Hello,
What?
What?
I'm here.
Yes.
What?
It is your move.
Hello.
Are
Hello.
you okay there, buddy?
No, we've all gone insane. That's how this fucking show has lasted 26 episodes.
You say
29.
gone, but it's hard to go where you already are.
29.
Hang on. So, it is my turn. The guy's right in front of me, yes?
Correct.
He hasn't gone anywhere.
No, he tried to terrify you, and you went, fuck off.
Because intimidation doesn't work on PCs.
Well, no, it almost worked.
Because you decided to let it.
Yeah.
That's the save. That's why.
So Maggie is going to What is this that I have? Going to
I love that cat. It just
She's
knows.
not happy with me.
Adorable.
She dumped mustard all over her white fur, so I just gave her a quick like rinse bath, and she is feisty.
Poor kitty.
Ain't that right?
I'm sorry, but that's just funny because it's dead quiet. Trying to figure out what to do.
All right.
I draw out my shotgun,
Oh,
load in 2 rounds of what is it, black phosphorus?
Yes.
The absorbing ones?
Yeah. Aim it at him, and I'm gonna do a double attack.
Okay, go for it.
Should be.
So 33, 27. Boom, boom. Okay, yep, they are both going to hit. You no longer have the Haki around you because Iris is not there. So these attacks won't do any damage, but the black phosphorus means that the damage you deal is going to be reduced from his next attack.
All right. So that is okay.
You're making a lot of noise over there, Jam. What's going on?
I'm trying to get situated with a cat that hates me. Cut
There
me
you go.
some slack.
Okay, so 26.
26 total.
Uh-huh.
And with that as well, I guess I'm gonna hold Dummy's action since he's kind of there as well,
Mhm.
and just hold his action as sort of a reaction, a defensive action, to respond to the fire guy, whatever he does.
All right, that is a sensible and smart choice, actually. Okay, cool. Google. So I'm now trying to remember exactly what happened last time. Jimmy, in your fight with Google, you essentially
She lit herself on fire.
Yeah,
She
she lit herself.
yeah.
on
James
fire.
is in the ground. She's on fire and pissed.
Yeah, Jimmy did a little burrow and created a I forget the term, but the U-bend S thing. For plumbers,
Grease
so-
trap.
P-trap.
P-trap, that's the one. Thank you. But yeah, so that's created. So Google, well, she doesn't know you've done that. So you know what? She's gonna like just see the hole you dug because she doesn't know where you run off to. She didn't pop back up, did you? That you stayed underground.
Nope, I stayed under.
Yeah. So she's gonna chuckle to herself, doing that awful, shitty, arrogant anime girl thing. You know, hand
You
under
fuck.
chin.
Yeah, the you're screwed.
Yeah, like literally, hand under chin. Walk over to the hole and just hold her hand out and just. There is no good way to say this without sounding wrong. Just exposit goo into the hole.
Forcefully ejaculating.
Congratulations.
Enormous amounts of goo.
Congratulations.
Trying to avoid those kind of terms, but alright.
There's no good way, but there are worse ways, and you have gone for those.
Yeah.
They are scientific. There is nothing wrong with what I said.
So
Name of this episode: Too many innuendos.
just So just fill in that hole with goo. She doesn't know it's not going to do anything.
We should call this the filler episode.
Oh god. And yeah, that will be her action for now. There's a bunch of goo. I'm gonna stop talking about the goo in the hole now.
You know that hole you're talking about that you're filling with goo? Yeah, you're digging yourself into that.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe stop.
Fireman. Fireman is real mad. He's just been shot again. Didn't feel it. Doesn't really realize what's going on, and so he's going to essentially try and grab Dummy's head. And what he thinks he's doing, what he thinks is going to happen, is he thinks he's going to immolate. He thinks he's got big fiery demon arms, and he's like, "I'm gonna rip apart your stupid toy." Grabs him and realizes there's no fucking fire there. Because as he tries to ignite, his fire just gets absorbed away from him into a black phosphorus. So he's just grabbing hold of Dummy's head, and you can see him trying to pull it apart. And there's maybe a little
Dummy's
bit.
body's still super chilled.
So, ooh, how chilled is super chilled?
Well, whatever Iris did to it before, Iris cooled down, expelled all the heat from the outer layer of Dummy's armor.
Yep.
Okay, so we all know that touching really fucking cold metal with bare hands hurts. Because I'm just trying to figure out if this has had all heat expungement.
So,
if we're going full science here.
That is how purge works. Yes, it would probably.
all heat means you touch it, and then if you remove your hand, you leave behind a layer of skin.
Well, that's it. I think this dude's hands are stuck to Dummy. They won't be stuck for very long. Maybe one round. But yeah, he's grabbed, and as he tries to pull, he can feel his skin pulling. If this was a seinen, he would totally be ripping off his skin on his palms right now. But it's shonen, so we can only suggest that there is a lot of pain going on there. But so he's in pain, he's grimacing. So you know what? Just roll me 1d6, and we'll say he's taking 1d6 damage for grabbing hold of. Yeah. So he's grabbing, and despite not having his boosted power, he's pretty strong. You can see that he's pulling, and can Dummy. What's the correct roll if someone's trying to physically rip your head in half? I want to see a con save? Or
Decapitation.
force save?
Yeah.
Roll decapitation.
Decapitation!
However, in response, seeing how effective touching is, I would like to use Dummy's reaction.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to have Dummy grow his armor and extend it and begin to wrap parts of his armor around this guy.
Okay,
Extend parts of his torso out. I got to do a roll first, don't I?
So, ignore the fortitude save. That actually works perfectly, because we can just turn this into a grapple check. Because grapple, you both just roll grapple, so we have to read this every time, because my tiny brain refuses to remember.
I mean, to be fair, it is a little complicated in this system.
We also
Yeah.
don't do grapples very often for that reason.
Yeah, 3.5, which is what this is mostly based on. Unless you get specifically very good at doing a thing, you will always forget how it works. Okay, so...
Yeah.
Hey, real fast, James. James?
Hmm?
ATB is very supportive of your ship with this girl who's trying to
Oh.
expel her goo into your hole.
Oh,
Why?
So,
We-
does she want us to recruit this girl afterwards so Jimmy has a
the
girlfriend?
ship has already begun.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Whenever I defeat her, I'll just go, I didn't dislike you filling my hole with goo.
We are learning things
ridiculous.
about. I don't know if we're learning things about Jimmy or James. Either way, good for you, buddy. Live your life.
Thank you.
Probably both.
Jimmy is a fan of slime girls.
Okay, so grapple check. So it starts by Dummy gets a single free melee attack because he provoked the grapple. So Dummy rolls melee. So Dummy roll a punch. What is...
So unarmed.
Yes.
All right. It's maybe the lowest roll I've ever done.
That was... His defense beat that. So we move on to step 2. He makes an unarmed melee attack, so grapple check to grab the target. Failed to hit the target, the grapple attempt fails. Technically, you are both grappling here, so it doesn't really like. So I think how this is going to work is he's going to roll, and then
Yeah, basically, I'm okay with him grappling me. I just want to basically hug him.
Yeah.
I want to pull him in closer.
Do the line.
So the way I was seeing this,
Everyone's having so much fun in these different fucking rooms in this place.
Oh yeah. So can you just roll a defense, for
Not-
me, please?
Yes, I can do defense. I'm decent at those.
Yeah.
God.
So you won that by quite a lot. So
Being
now-
made of metal.
So now, if we just flip reverse this, so instead, you will be trying to roll the grapple, and he's going to roll to try and defend it. Basically, you're now stealing his grapple check away from him. So, can you roll me unarmed, please?
Dummy will
game.
succeed. I believe.
Come on, dummy.
Whoa! Whoa!
Oh, bruh, he rolled a fucking 4. Like, he does not have a plus 22 to defense.
Holy shit!
I rolled a 19!
Dummy almost crit.
Alright, so Dummy now has taken the grapple to... so Dummy is in control of the grapple, so he gets to proceed to step 3. So make an opposed grapple check, it's a free action against the target. Yep, you succeed. You and the target are now grappling. You deal damage to the target as if with an unarmed strike. So, roll damage for unarmed strike for Dummy, please.
Okay, but instead of punching, we don't want to punch. Instead, we want to basically just put both of our hands like on his back and pull him into a hug, and then cause the armor plates of our torso to extend out into like spears, basically, and stab him in the stomach.
Because when it says...
Since it's super chilled.
Yeah, so when it says unarmed, like, it's so easy to think unarmed means a punch. Unarmed means a punch, it means a kick,
Right.
it means a headbutt, it means, arm lock.
Anything that's not a weapon.
Yeah.
Right.
So, unarmed
Like,
damage
Even
can be a hug.
shield bashing could be considered unarmed.
Yeah, like, a hug is unarmed damage.
I squeeze you so hard you back go.
Oh yeah, don't forget the.
I mean, you did do that to me, Nick.
The devil fruit destabilization bullet that I gave you.
Yep, so that
I'm
is...
saving that.
Okay.
Okay, so roll me unarmed damage, please.
What is that? What on earth is
You're-
that?
Dummy
Well,
is a
depends on-
brawler, right?
Dummy is a brawler. What level is he?
I think level...
I don't know.
I think he's level...
Well, I
2.
know he's lower than us, right?
He's lower than us, but he scales with my level.
Oh gosh, right? Somebody
Now I
need
fucking
to
charts in the
Check.
fucking butt.
Okay, let's go look at the fucking.
Go to the minion chart.
Yeah.
I'm
See
looking
what
for the
goes.
minion chart.
This...
I'm at it.
I'm sorry.
It's
Oh,
okay.
no, no, no. We have...
I'm at it
We're
right
learning.
now.
The more we learn, the less we have to actually like search for things.
Exactly. Eventually...
But like, I don't even care about this damage.
But okay.
Like,
Let's see. Okay.
I don't
so-
care about this damage. This damage is negligible. What I care about
what
is the
I-
cold effect. That's
So
gonna have
what
on it.
level is he considered to you?
Start at level 1.
I'm level 6, right?
So would
Yeah,
that make him
he
also
is-
level 6 technically?
No.
No. What level did you get him?
I think level...
Well, he levels up. He levels up as I level up.
Yeah.
So he is the same level as you.
No.
Oh, yeah.
whatever level.
That's what it looks like. Okay, they always start at level 1 and they gain.
Yeah. So
Wear light armor.
so it's
Calculate
basically
health.
whatever level
Okay.
Maggie was when it got made. So every time, so that's where he was.
No,
level
it says
1.
right here, a minion is always the same level as their master.
Oh Jesus fucking.
Is it? Yeah, there it is. Okay, so we're level 6. He does 1d8 plus 2.
All right. So
Okay.
easy.
That
Thank
it's
you.
actually under his thing,
Oh, this fucking game and its charts.
because minions are any kind of underling really is different from a player. They don't.
Thank you.
He's not technically a brawler. He's just a minion.
All right. Cool. So 7 damage of hug. Got it.
But what I don't even
Ideal
care about that
summon.
damage that much. What I care about is
The hug.
afflicting him with lots of cold because our armor is super chilled.
Oh yeah, you are very much.
So it'd
aware
probably
of it.
be doing 7 cold damage instead of 7 physical, which
That
would
is-
thus actually damage the Logia.
That is exactly what is happening here. So you know, like steam starts coming off the back, like off this dude's back. It's coming off his hands where he's gripping. Obviously, this will not last. The damage, because you know the way thermodynamics work. If you take a cold thing and put it near a hot thing, both things eventually become the same temperature. So
If he eventually becomes the same
Equilibrium.
temperature, that'll leave him.
Yeah, but he is
Normal.
producing heat. But
That's
since
true,
you
that's
lost
true.
Iris, you are not producing cold.
That's true. That's true.
yeah. So essentially, he's gonna keep getting hot, and you will not keep getting cold. So
That's true.
every round, this will get less and less effective. Essentially.
Wait, no, you can.
I'm.
You made purge heat bullets. If you shoot your own armor with purge heat bullets, you can refreeze your armor.
That's fucking smart.
Yes.
All right. So I believe that is the end of Fireman's turn / Dummy's turn. So we will jump on over to Wave. Wave, where were we last time? I believe you went to go and do a.
I went to shoot a giant iron ball at him. It failed, dropped in front of him, and then he jumped on top of it and tried to overload my senses, basically, and it failed.
Yes. So
Yeah, they had a very uneventful turn last time.
pretty much. Wave,
But a hell of a one-liner from Wave.
what do?
That is the $1 million question. How far in front of me is he?
He is on top of a giant iron ball. So, how big is your giant iron ball? How big are your balls, Dakota?
Oh my
I'm pretty sure we.
This is a serious
target-
question. Will it fit in the hole filled with goo? My hole can only take so much. I need to
Yes.
know.
Okay,
It will
you-
take it.
I don't think you're
Okay.
supposed to try and get the balls in the hole. Yeah, I'm fairly
Well, I
certain.
mean,
I'm
Depends.
muting you all now.
does
Are you judging my preference?
I mean, he's a skunk. Don't skunks have different things?
What are we doing?
I don't know, but we just lost Shogun.
Fuck.
I had
All
to-
right, I know what I'm gonna do. If I were to use my whip to grab onto something on the ceiling and pull myself up, would that be technically my movement, or would that be my movement and action?
That would be movement, I would say. Hey, Shogun. We'll start.
All right. Then I'm going to go up above him, using the whip, aim straight down, and fire a second giant iron ball to sandwich him between the two.
I make 0 comments. Okay.
Yeah, take my balls!
What is this, fucking Caesar in part 2?
Oh yeah.
I'm hitting him with the clackers!
See, you make that joke. You're making a Caesar reference. In my mind, I thought you were making a Caesar Clown reference because the way Luffy defeats Caesar Clown is with 2 elephant guns, which elephant gun is basically Luffy turns his hands into giant iron balls.
What's with One Piece and loving balls?
It's secretly the One Piece. It's just an oversized giant gold ball.
All right.
I mean, it's on a planet. The planet's round. It's like a ball.
Everything's balls if you look deep enough.
Exactly.
Um,
Balls!
Okay, so make a ranged attack, please.
Make a ball check.
Yeah. Oh,
we
we
start
are
adding that to
mature
our skills?
adults.
All right, this ought to be interesting.
Oh my god. We are fucking children.
I was just about to say, Nick, before you said that, I was like, so, what does a young adult such as yourself do? I'm like, do not call me an adult. I do not deserve that title. I know what I am.
So,
That's a 21.
that is gonna hit. So, how much
Oh!
damage does this do?
4d6.
Alright, go for it. 4d6 mana wall.
Look.
That is a big hit. 17 damage. Alright.
Wow.
How much more damage would be the fact of he's in between them, literally?
I mean, mechanically probably nothing, because how is that much difference between shooting him on the floor? But it looks really cool. So,
And if
we
this
got the
were an
model
actual
bit.
anime, this would be the point where you'd see him literally be squished between them going, ow!
Yeah, he would go like,
To add some flair to it, and literally after I pull myself up, I pull the whip back, so I'm basically flipping over him, so after I fire it, I just land on the other side.
See, when you said flipping, I thought you were going to say, and I'm flipping him off. I'm like, well, yes, naturally.
I mean, yeah, that's what we're all doing. All 5 of us, as we're fighting, are literally just sitting here going like this. Like, I'm
But the
punching
thing
you in
is,
the
you
face.
can! You
I
can! You have
Like-
multiple arms!
I can only make 3 punches. I have 6 arms. At least 3 fucking hands just to sit here like this.
Okay, so in my mind, at any given moment, Merc has got 4 fingers just going around in circles, going, fuck you, fuck you.
And as I do this, I
Oh, one
deliver
for the
line with-
British audience as well. Like, they're just sitting here like this, like fuck you.
And I have
Fuck
a
you
name
too,
for
Ed.
this attack.
What is the name of this attack? What is Wave shouting as he crushes Manowar under the power of his giant balls?
Iron Clackers.
Alright. That's actually pretty
Stolen straight from Caesar.
cool. Alright. I believe that is everything for Wave, so we jump over to Iris. Iris, what would you like to try and do?
Well, first, I guess I'm gonna do a scan of my surroundings,
Uh-huh.
because I don't know where the fuck I am.
I mean, you do know where you are. You are back, basically where you started this entrance, like infiltration into the castle. So there's the limpet, the limpet cube. That's right behind you. You've been like walked back to where you started.
Okay. All right. Do I
Yeah.
see anyone around?
In your immediate vicinity, you do not. What you do spot is, because where you were before, you can see out into the courtyard. So you can see a goo girl filling a hole. You can see a bunch of bubbles in the water. And you're fairly certain, if you just squint, you can see 2 giant iron balls being clacked around off in the far distance. But in your immediate vicinity, no, nothing's here.
With the resounding clang as
I'll
they
look
contact.
around and say, you know, whoever you are, you made a horrible mistake separating me from the others. Because that means
You don't have to be careful.
I don't have to hold back anymore.
Alright, fucking Goku.
And he's still fucking caffeinated.
I literally think of this. I'm
Oh,
just thinking,
shit.
I'm just thinking Kenpachi just with you. I can fight with no restraints at all.
I know what Rin's
Oh,
about
shit.
to do.
But more importantly, I don't have to pretend. And he drops one of his hands to the ground.
Mhm.
Uh-oh.
Tiger style.
What?
Hidden forest. And he
What?
will use a smoke thing to fill the entire room with smoke.
The room is filled with smoke. Nice. That will actually be pretty cool and useful in a moment, but right now, that doesn't do anything. But it's definitely going to be interesting soon. And is there anything else you would like to try and do?
I guess I'll make a stealth check. Try to blend in.
Okay, that's actually smart. Alright. Uh-huh. Got it. Cool. Alright. With that, if there's nothing else, we'll move over to Manowar, who is currently being pressed in between balls. It's just a Friday night, really.
Wow!
Manowar is gonna, grip his hands onto the ball and kind of being crushed by it and goes, mate, not bad, it's pretty good. You know. And he is gonna wub that. He's gonna wub the ball, basically splitting it up, so he's no longer being crushed. That is his action. He will then hop down and essentially use the ball, like the other ball he was being crushed down on top of. He's using that to block line of sight, so he's like hiding behind it, and that's where he's gonna be. So Manowar isn't doing much. Merc, you just got kicked in the face.
Okay, yeah. I got kicked in the face, and giant squid are predatory animals.
Uh-oh.
So he kind of
He's hungry.
he gets that little bit in his eyes. In fucking Finding Nemo when the shark smells blood and his eyes just go completely black. Merc gets that, especially because he's underwater and there's now extra smoke on top. It's very dark. He needs to see fresh meat. All right, butcher. Fresh meat. But yeah, he's this little dog is really kind of starting to make him angry.
You wouldn't like him when he's angry.
It is kind of like
She missed twice. He kind of bitch slapped her little punches away, but then she kicked him in the face. Just, you punched me in the face. You bit my tail. It's not good for anyone around here. I'm just I keep wanting to do something really cool, and then I look at all my feats. I'm like, oh yeah, it's all fucking doctor stuff. Can't really do that much mid-combat.
I heal myself. Wait, that's not that.
I mean, I can do that. I have the ability to. I have the potions made. I could just drink them and just be fucking nigh invulnerable. But that's not cool. That's just douchey. Because I don't have any. None of the potions I can make are boost your strength. No, it's heal your strength if it's already been reduced by something else.
We need to get you some buffs. We need to find a way to get you ways.
Don't worry, I'll get my buffs as we level. Because we're level 6, we're 4 levels away from me being able to fucking start punching water hundreds of feet away.
Alright, you waterbender.
I mean, there is
Aquatic karate.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with just punching, just brawling.
Which, I mean, it is the stuff is very strong for what I can do. Just my standard spiked gauntlet is the strongest I can do. But also, that's piercing, which means she has damage reduction, whereas elemental is different. So, I can punch repeatedly. And I shall, because... Oh wait, did I boost my strength because I'm in water? I did not. I shall do that right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we are. And I'll do that so as it takes place. Using those, and we'll just flurry, of course, because
Yep.
why the hell not? Lightning, cold, and lightning again.
Okay, let's roll them defenses.
It would be
Oh.
on all the damage would be +2 because the strength is off. Ooh, I rolled max damage on the first attack. Please tell me that hit.
First one, for a second I thought it didn't, but then, and it's my own fault, my dice throw was at a slight angle, so then when I corrected it, it rolled from being on an 18 to a 4. So...
Nice. So that's 17 lightning damage.
Yeah, so...
And the second one would be -2, so that's 19. Does the 19 hit for the second one?
Okay, so it goes hit, miss, miss.
Damn.
But hey, you got max damage on the first one. So
I got a fucking 17.
Yeah. So I think in total contrast, because she went miss, miss, hit, and you went hit, miss, miss. So like she's just like done her little backflip in the water.
I punched her, and then she just was out of my range anymore. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh shit.
Done that, and this like little for flavor, because it doesn't matter how boring the move is, we can flavor it up, and that's cool. I like the idea that you punched, and there's like this electric like current still in the water trailing behind. And that is what Doom Guy is gonna latch onto to follow up. And as he's just stood on the bottom of the pool. He just looks
We're
up.
like 15 feet above him, and he's like,
He just looks up and goes. He lifts his shotgun in the air and fires off like 2 shots. And these are electrically charged shots, and because in my mind this is how electricity works, it's gonna seek itself out. So he uses your electric attack to attach to his, so it creates like a really cool looking double attack. Mechanically, it doesn't do fuck all, but it looks cool.
this is what it
That's
looks
what
like.
matters. So that one misses, but that second one will hit from Doom Guy. So you dealt 17 damage. Doom Guy deals. Shotgun is 2d6, right?
I think that's what we determined. Because it deals what as much as a sniper.
Yeah. Okay, not great damage. He rolled 2 on a 1, but he's helping,
Oof.
and that's what matters.
He's helping. That is what matters.
So we're getting our hits in. We're feeling good. Jimmy.
Oh yeah, there actually is a shotgun thing here. Shotgun 2d6. 50
Decisions.
Apparently a shotgun requires 12 strength to wield.
Last time I played, I said I was underneath, like, where she was, correct?
You kind of burrowed and created a little trap, so if she tried to fill the hole, it wouldn't reach you. So she's like collecting a bunch of goo in the bottom of your hole.
Whoa.
Someone had a motorcycle.
Yeah, vroom vroom.
Vroom vroom.
I believe you were trying to burrow and find some wiring for something. I believe that was your
Yes, I was wanting to burrow underneath a wire.
plan. Yeah, you can do that. You're underground. You can go find where the closest set of wiring is. You can grab a wire and keep burrowing.
Alright. Am I currently where that wire is?
Yeah, I would say in your movement speed you can get towards a collection of wiring.
Alright. Then in that case, I would like to burrow up, burrowing through the wires and any goop, because One Piece bullshit, my description says I can burrow through anything.
You're gonna burrow through the goo.
Yeah, so that way it doesn't touch me.
Wait. What?
You know what? That's fucking genius. Yeah. Okay. So you're just gonna like straight up, creating a little. Cool. So you pop up in front of her as she stood, like just gooing into the hole. You just like pop up, goo free. I don't know, like you just like you dig up and like goo just comes off of your claws. Like I burrowed through your goo. Yeah.
Nah.
So it's like if the goo's on fire, that means it has to burn through the goo before it reaches Jimmy.
I mean, this goo wasn't
So-
on fire yet. She was gonna set. She was basically, even if, like, she didn't know whether the tunnel was going, but her logic was, if I put enough goo in there and then set a fire going, it will just fill the whole tunnel regardless. Jimmy has just avoided that by being a fucking genius.
So here's my question.
Mhm.
Can I attack and throw something in the same turn?
It depends what you are throwing and if it would constitute a free action or not.
I want to throw the cord that I just broke.
Where are you? Like, if you're just like throwing it off to the side somewhere.
Alright,
it's not fun.
here's the plan. I want to spray her, and since it's basically point blank, it should hit her, turning her more into a watery substance, and then I want to throw the cord, which has an electrical current going through it, into her.
I think you could only probably do one of those things, because the cord would be considered. It would be considered an attack. If you were like just throwing it on the ground or just throwing it over there, sure, I'd probably be fine with that. It's using it to like make two actions against her, where rules of fairness, let's so you can either throw the cord or stinker.
Nick,
James?
are hazmat suits made of rubber? Like, at least somewhat?
One of the weird. I don't know why you went straight to me, but I also understand why you went straight to me. I see Shogun talking. There's no sound.
Yeah, you're
Hazmat
muted.
suit should be made of lead and rubber.
Ooh! Well, in that case, I just want to hold the cord while I attack her point blank and charge right at her. Is that allowed?
Oh, 100%.
Oh God.
Okay, so what attack are you using?
Hazmat suits. It depends on what they're actually made for.
Correct.
There's not an all-around hazmat suit, but if you're talking about a chemical one, like what they would use for a chemical spill, that is made from Teflon, PVC, rubber, or Tyvek.
Awesome.
We heard rubber, that's all we need to know.
That's all we need to know. I'm going to spray her with my spray gun. And I'm right in front of her, right? So would it be just happen, or do I still need to roll?
You do still need to roll, purely because she can maybe
Alright.
dodge and avoid and all that. Like, this is a roll, this isn't a save, isn't it?
Give me a second. Apparently I need to answer
Well,
a
it's a cone,
phone
isn't
that I
it? It's a
do not
save,
have
I
on me.
thought. Or no, your gun is not a cone, right? But it does more damage.
I believe that's it.
Okay.
Righty.
Okay. Sorry.
That's all good.
My mother had texted me and wanted a response. So,
How dare she text you?
how dare she text me?
Did you know we're playing One Piece? It's so much more important than the rest of the world.
Clearly. So, yeah, I honestly can't remember if your gun is a saving throw or if it's an attack. If it's a saving throw, then yeah, you hit. Because that's how saving throws work.
Yeah, they make a roll.
Is it the
versus-
gas or the spray? Because I thought it was the gas was a save, but the spray was a hit.
Well, it depends. He has many different attacks that are all
Yeah.
considered a spray attack.
So, I have a grenade that sickens. I have the gas of spray that makes people like get what was it? I can't remember. Weakened,
Nauseated.
nauseated, and then my spray gun just does corrosion damage.
I
It
think
does
the
not.
corrosion damage is to hit, and the nauseated. I know the nauseated was definitely just like an auto.
Yeah.
So I think the gun is a roll of, I'm assuming ranged attack. Ranged attack is your skill that you use for it.
Yeah,
sounds
I
about
just
right.
I just need to take a look at my transformations real quick. Because I am in Claw where I can burrow through anything. So I have a
It's pinned here, isn't it?
Well,
plus
anything
4
but water.
strength and plus 2 dex.
I'm not sure if you can burrow through liquids, but
Of course you can.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do a
It's
2
anime.
bonus,
milk.
and then
It's just called
Heal.
swimming, Ren.
Wait,
Well, yeah.
wait. Can he burrow through water? Like create a tunnel through water?
I think I can. However, it would immediately collapse behind my feet.
Yeah. Like,
I don't think I can Moses.
you could essentially start it, and it would be successful up until the point where you are half covered in the liquid. At that point, you would become immobile and not be able to move.
Yeah.
anymore. So you could
What
get-
is his burrow? What is his burrowing speed?
I guess maybe it would have to be like
It's 30, isn't it?
it would have to be like a thick substance. So obviously the goo would work
20.
It says on here
Probably like
20 foot.
It's
Yeah.
20-foot burrow speed.
like a pudding. I
I
don't know.
think if he were going straight up in water.
That's just swimming.
Well, no, but the goal is to not be touched by the water.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, he has to touch the water in order
Yeah.
to push it
Yeah,
to the
that's-
side.
Well, no, apparently not.
Apparently not. Yeah.
Well, the difference is that goo is like viscous, so it kind of wants to stick to itself, whereas water is fluid.
Rin, repeat that
Yo.
word. How did you describe the goo?
Viscous?
Viscous.
Viscous.
You put
Look.
an extra U in there. Viscous.
Well, to be fair, there is a U in there when you spell it, but you just don't pronounce it. Viscous.
Do we really want to start the subject of views?
Ah,
Fuck
shit! Hold on, I know how we can determine this.
Fucking
Specifically.
color and
There's
color?
there's a viscosity formula, so all we have to do.
I'm sorry, a what?
No.
A what?
No.
There's a viscosity
no.
formula.
Like, we can't
No.
start applying more fucking actual science and math to this shit.
Like, sometimes we literally just say fuck it and do whatever we want. Other time we apply real world physics to shit, and it makes no goddamn
Oh,
sense.
come on. I know, but we have sat down and gone, okay, so what is the terminal velocity of something when it's falling at this speed? And then how much impact would it have? And then we go, and then we immediately follow up with, so the mammoth man does a handstand.
So literally, it's like if a substance wants to stick together, then theoretically Jimmy can just throw it away without it technically touching it. But if it's fluid enough that it'll slip between his claws,
Well,
I'm not sure if that'll work.
it doesn't matter because my gloves are made out of rubber. So I can just charge in with my hand in there and just watch the show.
Oh yeah, that is
Oh,
a
yeah.
thing too. If
That's
you're
why I
like
was
completely covered and you go into the ocean, will you still have your powers be suppressed?
No, you're fine.
Because he's
So-
in a airtight suit, basically, so the water wouldn't touch him.
Then what the heck is the deal?
What are we doing?
Okay, so wait. Hear me out. So every devil
Jimmy
fruit
broke
user,
physics the episode.
every
Again.
fucking devil fruit user can just overcome the weakness by putting on a fucking wetsuit.
Well, not a wetsuit.
Or a
No,
dry
no,
suit.
no.
A dry suit.
It would have to be a dry suit.
Yeah. No, they displayed that. Remember the episode where Loopy went underwater to salvage? And they had him in a big old diver suit and he was fine?
I mean, okay, to be fair, that is a full diver suit, and that was like a barrel. Like, he was just in a barrel in the water.
It's like a fucking mini sub.
Yeah, but like, yeah, no, like
That still counts.
the reason that they don't do that is because if someone like shoots a hole in it, you're fucked.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Alright. Jimmy, which
So
attack
get
are you
some
using?
get a double layered fucking dry suit. One that's a dry suit and one that's fucking Kevlar.
make a dry suit out of Kevlar.
Go.
You don't
Maggie,
need to
don't
breathe.
Let's have Maggie build one out of fucking iron.
Also, difficult users just have like more useful ways to avoid drowning
Okay.
usually.
So with a 20, yes, you hit. You just douse this goo girl in your fluid. There. She is so distracted, just filling your hole.
She's
with
feeling
goo,
a
that you
spark.
just spray her. You spray her,
Not
just
yet.
filling your hole with goo.
Why?
You said you would stop.
I lied, apparently.
Apparently, I am a liar.
Bardic is a child.
I am such a child. But also, very not child-friendly. Children do not watch this.
No,
This is
definitely
a
no.
like age-restricted channel, right?
I
Actually, no, I don't think it is.
It's not, but it should be by now.
It really should be.
Okay, so you have sprayed. Can you roll damage, please?
Would I roll damage? She's made out of goo. It just turned her liquidy.
Actually, yeah, valid point. These do just cancel each other out. I mean, you can
The
still roll.
damage is whenever I charge into her with the card.
Okay, so we'll just leave it at that. And so, like, as you have sprayed her, you do see. It's weird. You can actually see like the goo like, falling off of her, suggesting that she herself is not made of the goo, and instead has like just been coating herself in. And underneath, you see like, okay, since this is shonen anime bullshit, technically the goo would fall off in such a way, but it would leave just enough to cover the
Naughty bits.
the naughty bits, and like leave her like barely exposed. And yeah, so that's a vibe.
Covered in goo.
Question
goo
though,
is-
would James explode? Would his nose explode? This is
How
as
do-
he
how
just
do you
goes
think he-
reeling backwards.
No, how do you think he charges forward?
You know, I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll a d20, and if it's higher than 10, then I'm gonna take 1 damage from nosebleed.
All right, go for it.
It's a nat 20. Okay, nope. I'm taking 5 damage. That deserves 5 damage. Holy shit!
So okay, so I'm not super happy about having to do this, but I'm going to have to do this. At this moment, the camera pans and it does that like slow anime up thing. So it starts from like her ankles, goes up, and there's like sparkles, and there's the fairy tale like happy going wow sound effect. As you can see, like her skin, like the goo is like sliding off, and it's like wet, and it's got like that shine texture, and she's like covering herself and goes, oh no. So,
And then just like fire hose amounts of blood just shoots out of my nose.
I say you fall forward instead of backwards, and that's how you propel yourself at her.
So I cannot emphasize how unhappy I am. I had to describe that scene.
I can't believe I got my nat 20 from a nosebleed.
All right,
Wonderful.
Jimmy, is there anything else, or is that your turn?
Can I launch into her with the card? Or
That
just,
would
no.
that would be next, and she had to move to burrow and then spray. So next turn,
Okay.
you can go with the cord. Oh. Secret thing. Ignore this. Let's see.
Phantom Man.
Oh, holy shit, that is like the only thing that would have worked here. Alright, bomb. Nice. Alright, Bryn, Iris, you've gone full, like, smoke, ninja, tiger. Oh. You're looking and feeling pretty cool, right? Now, wouldn't it be a shame?
Rin.
Would it
It'd be a shame if just Rin wasn't here anymore. There he
Wouldn't
okay, he
it
is
be
here.
an absolute
He's here.
shame if in your really cool moment you've struck this pose, you've created like steam everywhere, it looks really cool, and you're here going like, alright, I've looked around, nothing's here, I'm in perfect hiding. Wouldn't it be really disappointing if you just felt something grab your ankle and pull your like one ankle, like just one ankle, just pull your leg through the floor. Like, your other leg stays exactly where it was, but one leg is just yanked into the floor.
That would be really bad. Can I? Oh wait, reactions don't exactly exist in 3.5.
Well, she just rolled a nat 20 on that.
Oh,
So nothing would really defend against that, I feel.
So she. Oh, there's a note. We have a note of who Iris is fighting.
well, go for it.
So, yeah.
Oh, she might have to make a save because of the state that I'm in.
Okay. What is this state? Explain what happens is you are grabbed.
So basically, what's happening currently is that Iris is like, because he's on like full overdrive, and he's just like, he's basically using as much of his power as he can at all times. He's like really hot, like to the touch.
Oh, I was about to say like yeah he is, but I guess not.
Okay.
I mean, yes, also.
So, you know what? Let's just use the same rule as we are for dummies. So just upon contact, 1d6 heat damage. So do you want to roll that?
Yeah.
Rolls a fucking 6. Oh.
Alright, 3. Okay. Cool. She feels that. And then after the yank, so bear in mind, like, one leg is pulled entirely into the floor. Your other leg is exactly where it was, so you are incredibly unbalanced right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you then can see in the steam fog, like, you occasionally just see, like, not occasionally, you see like this silhouetted figure just kind of like not like physically be there, but you see like it just kind of like move through everything you've made, almost as if it's not in this plane of existence. It's like there but not there, and both. And you see it's moving, and you can see that it's kind of in pain. You know, it's like shaking its hand. Going, ah.
So I'm guessing it doesn't like the smoke, or no, it grabbed me. That's
Well,
great.
it grabbed you, but you can also see it is very disorientated by all the smoke. It's like it can't move in a straight line. It seems to like stagger and stumble a little bit.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
So, with that, we go back round to the top of initiative, and let's see if we can speed this up. All right, Isabel, go do punch.
Yeah,
Isabel
we
is-
just have to.
What are you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say we just have to not do 5 different narrations for each attack.
We do, but
It is the end of the round, and I also have to leave.
you have to go. All right.
I have to go. We're dying eggs, and I need to sleep more before I work tonight.
Okay. So you know what? Should we take a quick 5-minute break? When I can adjust cams and all that before we get back.
Okay.
I assume you just want to keep punching the person.
Yeah, I mean, if I have the buttons all set in
Or-
here, if you just want to
The-
press the buttons for me.
The other thing we could do is if we just separated you and Isabel out of combat, however many more rounds, we'll probably get like maybe 2 rounds in. We can just start next time with you getting 2 rounds of action.
You could do that.
I
Yeah.
think we'll get more than 2 rounds.
Actually, yeah,
Have
that's
a
true.
little
We've got,
bit-
like,
It took us
another-
an hour to get 1 round.
Have a little bit more faith in us now.
That was also, how many times did we talk over one another for that?
No, a lot.
Not even that. It's just the fucking like references and innuendos.
Look.
Anyways,
Not stop.
we'll be back with
We'll be
probably
back.
without me.
Yeah, so we'll be back real soon. Until then, something about Googles. I don't know. Break time. Dakota is now Nick, apparently, because I did not have an overlay ready for this combination of people.
I'm me.
But everyone else is right. So where it says Nick, that is not Nick, that is Dakota. There we go. Done. Sorted. Easy fix. We're going to try and speed up the rate of combat as best we can. Oh gosh, that map is all over the place. But you know what? It's fine. You don't need to think about it. So we're going what we're gonna do is instead of going by the numbers, we're literally gonna go where it says Maggie. We'll have a round of combat where it goes Maggie, Fire Guy, and then actually, you know what we might do is we'll do 2 rounds of combat for each pair. So we'll do 2 rounds of Maggie, Fire Guy, and then we'll jump over to Google and Jimmy, and then we'll jump over to Wave and Manowar, and then Iris and Secret Thing. Ignore this. All right. Maggie,
Yes.
you and Dummy are currently grappling a man who wants to be made of fire, but cannot currently be made of fire because you keep shooting him. What would you like to do?
So Dummy is grabbed on. I'm going to basically... So my arms are inside of Dummy's arms. Right? I'm going to basically slide my arm back inside of Dummy's arm. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get that.
Like, his arm is basically a sleeve, and I pull my arm back, and then reach down, grab my revolver, and load in the Purge heat bullet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, it doesn't really need to be fire. You need to fire it with a revolver. I will take it and basically activate it by hand against Dummy. Dummy's armor. To, re-chill everything.
And you are currently hugging / you have split the blades of the stomach spears in, which previously weren't doing damage, but they're about to deal a bunch of damage. Yikes. Okay. So, let's quickly go through how many points of contact you are currently in with this guy. His hands are on Dummy's head. You are hugging him, so your arms are around his back, and you slipped 2 spikes inside of him. If we assume each point of contact is 1d6 of damage, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 points of contact plus the unarmed damage you would deal from hug. So, yeah, that's what? That's 4d6 plus unarmed damage, which is 1d8 plus 2.
Yes. So, yeah, 46. And... yeah. So, that... plus... that.
Okay, yeah, that is
Solid damage.
that is some good damage. It's just there is an audible hiss as you can just hear, and you can just feel this guy becoming solid, not being this ethereal, untouchable fire. You can just feel him, being made flesh, and you can feel that he is in pain, and he's screaming out. You can see fires trying to start on his body, and they are just not igniting fully.
And so Dummy is going to take his action to not create more points of contact, but instead to grow out metal around in a sphere, basically out of his back, almost like wings.
Mm-hmm.
Around. And I assume this would not complete in this turn, but basically going around to encompass both Maggie, Dummy, and the fireman in a sphere.
Okay.
So that they would all be trapped inside this freezing box.
Okay. I like that. So, what Fireman is going to do is he basically has 1 chance to get out of this, because this will be finished. I think this will take all of your next turn to complete. So he's got this turn and next turn to get out. or do something about it. So he's either going to try and kill you, which he's done 0 damage, or break out. However, if he tries to pull out, well, he's pulling 2 spears out of his stomach, breaking out of a grapple, and ripping his own hands off of a frozen dummy. So he's going to take a shit ton of damage getting out, or he's got to deal a shit ton of damage. I think his initial response is he is going to try his damnedest. And as he's there, like, just... He's trying to do, like, the very stereotypical, like, I'm big, I'm strong, I'm... kind of what you would imagine anybody who has, like, a severe god complex doing the first time they actually feel pain. Like, going, this isn't real, I am God, I am bigger than you. And so he's trying to do that shit. And you see, like, small fires, like, lighting up. Like, you see, like, his eyes, like, set on fire. Like, his back is, like, trying to set on fire. Like, he's struggling, but you notice as he gets angrier, like, veins start popping in his neck and eyes, like, burning white hot. And...
the cold, it burns, doesn't it?
You, the embers and ash! Hell fire! And with that, can you make a... what would be the appropriate save here? I suppose a reflex, technically.
Oh boy. Alrighty.
That does not succeed, as basically this entire area... what? How much damage did your 2 shotgun blasts do, if you got that noted down?
That was 26.
26, okay. So, I don't have enough d6 for this, so I'm going to have to roll this on here.
That's always a good sentence to hear.
I mean, to be fair, I only have, like, 8 sets of dice, so...
Still more. I need to buy a barrel.
I mean, however, I play Shadowrun, so I have, like...
infinite d6s.
Yeah, I have, D6s?
Like, at least 50, right?
Right, yeah. I also have a bunch of Nurgle dice.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that'd do it. Alright, so...
Look at these things. These are super cool.
Wait, let me have a look-see. We've got this. Oh, they're pretty.
They're like, here, let me focus.
That's really cool.
They're pustules and because it's plague dice.
Yeah,
Oh.
that is really cool. I still need to get into playing like actual, like tabletop games, like board games and stuff like that. But oh wow, that's a full amount of damage of these things. Ooh.
Oh. That still hurts.
But obviously minus the 24. Or whatever it is.
26.
26. Wow.
Minus your defense.
No, DR doesn't.
Oh, the save. I was
reduce
saying.
elemental.
But all of that for a pitiful 8 damage in total.
Yikes.
As he
Alright,
was like
so-
just screaming. And he was just going. What's your next move? I mean, I think Dummy has to essentially spend a full round action building this, and that'll be finished at the end of Dummy's next turn. So he has to spend all of this turn doing it, and it'll be finished basically when Dummy starts his next turn.
Yeah. So Dummy continues to do that, and all I will do is continue to. I will take a next purge heat bullet and re-up the freeze.
Okay, so again, 4d6.
So here's the
And 2d8.
grapple freeze.
Well, 1d8 plus 2, sorry.
There.
Mm-hmm.
There. Not as good as last time, but still good.
Oh, this dude's just getting wrecked. Is the spear? It's coming round, there's only really like small gaps that he is still fire. He could maybe slip through, but it's almost finished. Like the sphere is almost done, and all right, I think he is gonna go for broke. Is with this, he is going to inflict damage upon himself. What's a cool douchey? What's the kind of thing like someone who sees themselves as like God would call an attack, which is like, this is my everything. Is they're gonna like pour everything they have, essentially to like push them out of what's going on here.
Divine Rapture.
There we go.
Or Divine Immolation.
Yeah, Divine Immolation.
So yeah, that's the name of the attack. Does Maggie have anything else to say? She got another whip. This dude is clearly like nearly lost, like almost entirely done for.
Pain is pain, hot or cold. It's all the same. You feel just like we do.
Oh God.
Yeah, like as you say that, like his face, like it is like he's like trying to cover himself with the fire, and you see like his face kind of like take on this demonic shape that he clearly enjoys taking on, and you see it like flickering in and out of this, and he's basically just every ounce of intimidation factor, every ounce of power, every ounce of anything this guy had, you just see it like slipping away from him. The fire is like, because of all the cold, you see the fire physically being pulled away from him every time he tries to ignite himself. And it basically just reveals that underneath all of this ego, underneath all of this perceived power, this divine energy he saw himself as having, he's actually terrified right now. He is just a scared, barely unimpressive man. And you see that visage kind of crack as he's looking, and whilst he is snarling in anger, he is also crying at the realization of his own fragility and weakness. And not like in a sympathetic, in a kind of like a brat, like a pathetic brat of a human being who is throwing a hissy fit because they lost and they shouldn't lose. So there's no reason to have sympathy for this guy. He's about to start crying like a little bitch.
Oh, he's got the Bellamy cry going on, huh?
Oh, yeah. As he pulls his hands, like he rips them off, and he forces himself away. He's going to have to try and make a grapple check to get out of that. So can Dummy roll unarmed for me? And if Dummy succeeds here, he doesn't even get to pull out.
Alright. That's not defense, that's unarmed.
Yep, that is unarmed. Okay. He does get out. However, he's going to take the D6 from the spikes, the D6 from the hands. He's not going to take the D8. So he's going to take 3d6 damage in doing this.
Okay. What about... Is it 4? Because basically everything that was touching him has to rip off, right?
Yeah, actually. Yeah, so 4d6, sorry. I missed. So the 4d6, as he essentially like turns into like the smallest flame he can muster, because there's not much left of him. And he pushes back as he looks at you before doing this. He's like, but I'm not you. I'm not like humans. I'm beyond divine immolation. And he's gonna go for that, which is his biggest balls out attack, which he doesn't do very often because he has to put his actual energy into this. He's siphoning off his own constitution score to do this. And the way this works, every point of constitution he throws in deals 1d8. This dude has 17 constitution.
Oh.
Oh no.
How much is he putting? Oh!
Well, that would take Maggie down.
And how does it affect Dummy?
Well, if Dummy gets a reaction, Dummy would do his purpose.
So, in my mind, because Maggie is inside of Dummy, this damage would have to go through Dummy first.
Mm-hmm.
So then, however much, like, how much HP does Dummy have?
I'm not quite sure. You have to check the chart.
Okay.
We still have that up.
Where's the chart?
It was 18, I believe.
Oh, only 18 at level 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is not much.
He
at
actually
all.
doesn't get that much.
I mean, kind of makes sense.
But he's also super chilled.
Okay, so if we...
Hopefully,
That will actually...
burn off some of that heat.
That will actually. So, oh, so that would basically resist. So Dummy will only take half damage from that.
Yeah, he only has 18 HP.
Yeah, so Dummy can take half of that because Dummy's not taken any damage to this point, has he?
So Dummy
Correct.
gets what, 36?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah, 36 would be double.
Wait, hold on. So the damage gets halved to like yikes.
Okay, so this is exactly what we were talking about earlier about how we'll spend way too much time going into maths. So the order of this goes. That is the damage.
Yes.
This damage has to go through Dummy
Right.
before it hits Maggie. Dummy only takes half damage. So in
Right.
order to drop Dummy down, 36 of this damage would have to be sunk into Dummy before it touches Maggie. Leaving 37 left?
Yes.
Well, no, that's just so that's half of it, and then his HP, 18.
Right.
So 36 is the half just for the cold, and then 18 is his HP.
Okay. Yeah, so in my
So it
mind,
gets real hot in there for a second.
Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Minus 18 equals 18 remaining,
Mhm.
meaning
Yeesh, Dummy just got incinerated.
Dummy just got like melted down.
I literally like to imagine as that's happening, you literally see it just like whatever badass tries to block an attack and they're in like full armor, you start seeing the armor just peeling off of them. I like to imagine that's what's happening.
I mean, Shogun, you can
Like
take...
the core of Dummy's there, but the rest of it's just peeling off.
Yeah. So Shogun, you can have full narrative control over how all of this looks.
yeah. So what would happen is Dummy would like lock down, like so. Dummy is like kind of loosely over Maggie to allow for mobility, because Dummy is not big enough. Is not quite big enough to fit Maggie inside. So it has to like kind of be half open to allow Maggie to move around. But when this attack comes in, he just like compresses down and locks down, making her entirely immobile, to protect her, and just gets blasted with this, and he begins to heat up, and becomes and like his core in front melts open, and he begins to use his power to generate metal on his front and then eject it off so that it is not transferring the heat to Maggie. So it like builds up metal and then falls off. and just falls off and creating just a pile of melted iron in front of himself until all the heat is expended, and then he just opens up, useless. And Maggie walks out. So basically, he's like melted, stuck as a statue standing up. And Maggie walks out. But I think the cocoon is complete. And it's been completed to her specifications, which are that it is a sphere with cooling fins on the inside. And so Maggie takes out her revolver and if you would mind me breaking the rules just a tiny bit to basically finish this fight.
Oh yeah, you totally can.
She would just fire off, she would empty her revolver, all 6 cylinders of purge heat, into the sides of the sphere. All 6 shots into it. Freezing the just completely purging all heat from the entire space in here.
Yeah. Okay.
And she would just set herself into, since she's a cyborg, she would just set herself into hibernation and just shut down.
Well, we ain't
As
gonna
it
have
just-
a Maggie joining us later, is
And
he?
inside the cocoon would just completely plummet to just frozen.
So, I think this scene ends. Obviously, dummy split open. Like from the outside, it's just a sphere. Like you don't see anything. On the inside of the sphere, you see where dummy was stood, split in 2. Maggie like a few steps in front, and you see what is left of this guy. This guy has been. He's nothing. Like there's very little left to him. Like very emaciated. Because he's just put his entire energy into this. So you can like see bones like pressed up against his skin. You can see like every little... You can see every part of this dude's body. Like there's nothing left to him. And he's just pressed up against this cocoon. Just solid, frozen in place, like an empty husk. I think this dude is dead. I think we have our first official kill. And I am okay with that. I think that suits the story at this point. We're allowed like 1 kill, and of course it's the fire person who gets killed.
And of course it's Maggie that does it.
See,
Oof. Big oof.
yeah, so, spoilers for something that happened over 10 years ago. The wielder of the flame fruit gets killed in the story. Like, he's the one character who gets killed.
Maybe
Nick,
twice.
I'm only on episode 800. What the fuck?
Well, that was actually an episode like 500, like 400 and something, I think. So you're past it. You're fine. Yeah. So I think fire people just gotta die. That be how it be.
Be how it
Alright.
be.
Iris starts.
So yeah,
There's-
Iris backs
Maggie
away
is-
slowly.
Maggie is frozen in there. If anyone comes and collects her, she can be woken up. But for now, she's just in hibernation mode.
Alrighty. With that, let's hop on over to Google and Jimmy, because they're the next on the initiative. So Google is currently doing,
Gooey things.
yeah, just going like, ooh, looking very naked, and all of that. I regret making this character so much, but I would not lie if it was also not probably one of the greatest things I ever created. So what she is going to do is, Jimmy, you're real up close to her, aren't you? You're like, I'm
Yep.
She's obviously noticed that your nose bleeding, that you're going, "Ah." And so she's covering herself up. There's still goo, so if she moved her arms, you wouldn't get a full show. But Yeah, but she's noticed this, and she's gonna like bite her finger, and go, "Oh, Mister, you got me all slippery. What's a girl supposed to do? Don't look at me. Stop
Who just
it."
left? Who just left?
Come. There's just no way.
Oh. Oh. Are you okay?
Shogun, you doing alright, bud? I'm sorry.
There's nothing okay.
Nothing is okay in the world. And so after that, needless scene, she is actually going to like run over to Jimmy. Because Jimmy, you are in your hazmat suit. How does Jimmy breathe in the hazmat suit? I assume it has a gas mask of sorts, correct?
It does. Yes.
And so, if she's like playing all coy, like "Don't look at me, stop," like she's gonna run. She's gonna put a hand over like where your eyes would be, and like stop looking at me. And then she's also gonna put her hand over the gas mask, like over the gas nozzle. And she's gonna start force. And after she grabs hold of that, her entire demeanor changes, and she like glares at you and goes, "You dumb piece of shit." And she's just gonna fill your mask with goo. She's gonna push goo into your gas mask.
Since she's right here and you could argue I freak out, could I react by hugging her with the cord?
Yes! That is exactly what happens. So, I mean, that was
I'm gonna get sad here. Can I still talk?
Yes, of course you can still talk.
Alright. Like, can Jimmy talk, I mean?
Yes, of course Jimmy can still talk. This is anime.
Okay. I just want him to go. Just once. I wanted something to go good for me. And then I use the card.
Okay, so a whole bunch of stuff is gonna happen here. I think the order that things are gonna happen is goo is gonna fill the gas mask. So you're gonna get gooed. She's then gonna get electrocuted. And then the other thing is gonna happen. Which is gonna be a lot of fun. Okay. So the goo fills into the gas mask. That's gonna like cover your face. It's not pleasant. It's sticky. It kind of burns, you know, because it is an alkaline. It's still it's a basic fluid. Like, so it's not a pleasant way to describe it. But the easiest thing you could describe it as, like, have you ever had like chlorine or bleach like touch skin? That's essentially what is happening here. It's not a very pleasant way to describe it, but that is essentially the sensation, but more anime-fied, so not quite as scarring.
Gruesome.
Yeah, less gruesome, but that kind of effect. But, you know, anime and more family-friendly. So, you are going to take damage.
Go for it, absolutely.
Yes, family friendly. That's what we're doing.
Go ahead.
I said more family friendly, not totally. So let's get some damage to. Where's my other one? There it is. Yeah, can you take 15 corrosive damage from that, please?
Yeah.
And
Ow!
yeah, it is a big ow. And then you can touch the cord. She is currently covered in what is essentially water. She is basically a source of conductive. So this is going to be a big zap. Can you please deal 5d6 of zap time?
5d6, and I'm not gonna add any of my bonuses because this is the cord, not me.
Yeah, this is zappy time.
Zappy time!
So,
Same damage!
Okay, so now, as we all know, electricity tends to create sparks, correct?
Yeah, I knew this was coming.
So, the sparks ignite, She is currently not covered in protective layer of her own goo, so she is going to set herself on fire and not be covered by the goo. So she's going to take damage from this, but you're also going to take damage from this.
Yeah.
You're no longer gonna have a. I hope Jimmy didn't have a mustache.
And on top of that, you are still fighting near a goo-filled hole. So that.
Oh, I'm not liking where this is going.
Was there a cord near? Oh wait, yeah. Because
You
I
pulled it
exited
through the
the goo.
hole.
You
Yeah,
pulled
that's
the
right.
cord through the hole, so you've essentially created a volcano of goo underneath you because of how physics work. Because you burrowed through the goo, it's all collected down directly underneath you. You're gonna start a fire. Oh no. Okay.
Yeah.
I like to imagine. I like to imagine.
Of Maggie's fight. Maggie ended it by turning everything cold. Jimmy's turning everything hot.
I like to imagine that everyone's like, man, I hope Jimmy has it easy. Yeah, just an explosion. Let me fucking guess. Skunk boy.
So, Jimmy, just out of curiosity, how much health do you have left?
16.
16?
Yeah.
Yikes on bikes.
Am I
thankfully-
dead or am I very unconscious?
You're gonna be very unconscious because
Okay.
because you won. This is mostly for flair, but also I want to see the numbers because this is a big boom.
Ooh. Ooh. So.
Big bada boom.
And I understand that this is One Piece and we're having fun, but when is your character dead in the negatives?
I believe
When you hit, isn't it your max HP basically negative?
Yeah, I think it's negative max. So I think you would be fine.
Okay,
I think
yeah.
it's negative half, but it could be.
If it's negative half, then I am dead. Because I am exactly at negative half.
Okay, let's just Google. Well, not Google. Search for PDF. Death. Injury and death. Page 184. Okay. Dead. Okay, so that is negative half HP or lower. So you're exactly negative half max, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Subtract a point off just so he doesn't hit that and die.
Yeah. Wibbly wobbly.
So
my
is-
DM powers. It's only a 33.
But basically, are we saying Jimmy is bleeding out? Basically,
Yeah.
Like almost dead.
Oh,
like
wait,
he needs help.
If no one helps me soon, I will die.
Wait, out of curiosity, Jimmy, as an inventor and specialist, don't you have anything that like reduces damage from fire?
Hazmat suit that I'm wearing, but it's mostly for chemicals, not. So
I mean, I would.
you
be
could
happy-
you could argue I took slightly less damage from the goo. Like
I mean-
it still entered my suit, but it must have caught and stopped some of the goo.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, I kind of messed that up because it is still goo. It's still got to go through the gas mask. Like, yes, okay, it's gonna get through. You really should have only taken half from that. So when I said 15, you really should have only taken 7.
I
How's
still
that?
have that viscosity.
You stop that.
No.
We're doing too much science as it is. But yeah, I
So-
actually messed up there. You should have taken 7. So you are.
So I'm at negative 10. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Figured it out. Biggest of brains. But yes, there is a very large kaboom.
I'm honestly imagining this is like the stereotypical hero finally wins moment of just. He
I
just
kinda-
falls.
I kind of like the image of this attack happening, and Jimmy goes ah, and she like zaps, and she gets defeated first, and then the fire happens. And I think Jimmy gets a brief moment of feeling victorious before
Like,
everything gets set
"Yay!"
on fire.
No, I like to imagine she falls over. I look and I go, I did say please. Man, do I feel cool. Oh no.
Just. Oh god.
All right. So with that, next up is Wave. Wave, you're Manowar. How do you want this to go down? He is hiding behind your ball.
Third iron ball aimed at the first to launch it with the momentum.
Oh, well,
Newton's Cradle.
please tell me that is the name of the attack.
What?
Newton's Cradle.
Yeah, you know the clackers? Like,
Yeah.
all right. So
Which is
technically-
interesting because I'm a specialist, so that would be interesting. So let's see. A nat 20!
All right. Yes. Yes. So go for it. Roll. So what? That's 8d6, I believe, for the cannon. But on a crit.
Yes!
All right. So as Manowar is hiding, going like, I know what's happening. You won't know what's gonna happen. Does Wave just shout Newton's Cradle and fire?
Yeah. Newton's Cradle! Boom! And he just hears the bang of the cannon.
And Manowar kind of like with that, you see his head pop and go, Newton's what? And so smacks into one iron ball. He's run over by an iron ball. You see it like go boom, 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 boom.
Actually, would this technically send both of them flying at him?
I mean, that's how I imagine that's what the crit is taking into account for here. So what's happening is he's going to be stuck. Like, this is turned from anime into fucking Looney Tunes. As he's basically become Wile E. Coyote, stuck on the boulder. It's going to go, it's going to smash into the wall. So the doorway is now, like, blocked with this giant iron ball. And Manowar's just going to flop on it in front of it. And it's kind of... He like, tries to stand up. Beaten up, bruised, like, his jacket half fallen off. He's staggering, looking at it. I'm gonna make you pay for that one, mate. Alright. You want it. You want to feel the power of my wubs. Alright.
I already felt them all those years in there. Consider this my payback.
Maximum. What? I can't believe I'm saying this. His attack is maximum wubbage.
What? Just call it a base drop.
Pardon?
Just call it base drop.
Maximum wubbage.
Oh.
So, with that, can you please make a fortitude save?
Boy, this ought to be interesting. Where's my fortitude? Was it favored? No, it wasn't. Shit. Well, here's hoping.
Ooh.
I'm fucked.
Alright. So, the way maximum wubbage works is Manowar takes a stance. He's not really holding it together, but he kind of stands. So he's facing you, legs are parallel. He then inverts one leg and twists his body and kind of looks up, basically striking. Oh gosh, this isn't a really good example because I know the image in my head and I know it's a jazz fourth, but that means absolutely fucking nothing to anybody who's not a dancer. So ignore me. He's basically striking a very cliched like rock star frontman pose, one arm in the air. And
the power stance.
Basically a power stance. And he starts off so one hand in the air, one hand next to his cheek, and he like flicks his cheek. You know that little thing you can do where you go.
Yeah.
So it starts like that, and it just starts with like one drop, and you can see like a small echo, and it goes. And you then see that echo bounce back up into his mouth. And then again and again and again, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger as it just keeps reverberating. And then he looks up.
This is gonna hurt.
He looks up, and you see like his face is like it's very pulled back, like it's holding back. Like you can see like this area of like vibration around his face. And he just goes, "Wow!" As Maximum Wubbage flies through the room, every bit of glass shatters. The stone begins to like crack a little bit. You're gonna take the full brunt of this, which is not a small amount. Let me get the other dice I need. I do have enough dice for this, so it's not as bad as some of the others' ultimate attacks. It's the secondary effect, which isn't fun about it. Where the frig is it? With the clunkiest dice, and you'd think I'd be able to find them quicker. Alright, there. And a 1. Yeah, I could have typed it. Typing would have been quicker at this point. But I want to throw math rocks. It's gonna be at the bottom of my fucking bag. Yeah, there it is. Okay, that took way too long.
Okay, I got plans for this. This might be okay.
Okay, so 8, 16, 26, 30, 32 damage.
As it flies at me, I'm gonna hold my hand up. Shrink damage. Or shrink attack.
Okay.
So I take half that.
Yep, this is the first time you've used this, so explain how this works to anybody who doesn't know what's going on.
Basically, as the vibration, due to my fruit, I
have a science thought.
You have a
What?
science thought?
I have a science thought.
Oh.
Sound waves. Sound waves are, if you shrink the frequency, it raises the pitch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you shrink the frequency, it goes from being a low sound to being a high-pitched sound, right?
Yeah.
If you could shrink it enough, you could make it unaudible and thus not hurt you. You can just make it not an audible sound, like just not a sound, basically.
I mean, actually, that kind of works perfectly. Because then, well, you'll not only just take half, you'll basically be able to ignore the secondary effect. So basically, by making use of this shrink, it's essentially if you had succeeded on the save. That is what's happening here. So you're not getting the secondary effect. You're only taking half damage. So you only take 16. As Manowar is clearly exhausted. And it's your move again.
I just lower my hand, looking at him, just going, "That all you got? Too bad." As I now am going to load in another cannonball, since he is now still standing there between me and another one. Newton's Cradle. Oh, not as good.
Okay. Does Manowar get a chance? Does Manowar have a shot? Nat 1. As Manowar looks at you, panting, he's getting ready and goes, "Oh, I think I've got enough room for one more encore." Newton's Cradle, bang, smashes, breaks down the wall. These two giant iron balls just roll out into
I
the
want to
courtyard.
add, before I fire that,
Mm-hmm.
this is your last show.
Alright. So with that, we're just destroying this fucking castle. Alright. Let's see. We can squeeze this in. We can get it. Iris.
Hello.
You are half in the ground. And there
Yeah.
is a strange figure stumbling around in your steam trap. What do?
What doodly do?
Iris was. It was like interesting. It doesn't seem like you like phasing smoke so much. How about this? And he pulls out a bag. Pulls out a bag and he throws them across the room. Flare Flare Fun House. And it's a bag full of caltrop.
Uh-huh.
Each caltrop has been flared to do something different.
Jesus fucking Christ, Red.
Since I'm not going anywhere, I guess you'll have to watch your step, won't you? And in the meantime, just in case, here's his either A. It seems like phasing through things is like stressful. Like phasing through air seems to be fine, but smoke and like objects is apparently exhausting.
Mhm.
So it's gonna make her exert more effort and energy just in general, assuming she can do it at all. Can't, great, she steps on the caltrops. Then the fun begins. If not, she has to continuously phase just to make a step, meaning that like every single action she does exhausts her more and more until she can't phase it. Or she'll go beneath everything and go for one like final attack, in which case he's also setting a conditional flare on himself.
Rin is too fucking smart. Alright. What is the condition, or would you like to keep that a secret tool for later?
The condition is if she activates her devil fruit on him.
And what happens, or is that the secret?
What it does is it flares up. It's to destabilize her devil fruit. So basically, when she makes them like I don't know what the word is, or the ability to move between objects, she won't be able to stop.
No.
Alright. So, I need to roll something for her. I don't think Rin needs 2 turns. I think he's 1. Alright, so, basically, I will give a full description of this. Because we're not getting a conversation because of how this is going. You don't get to learn anything about this girl. She has the phase fruit, and she can use that in a myriad of ways. It's basically like if you combined Mirio from My Hero Academia with the notion of like being able to teleport, like actually teleport. So she can create locations that she can phase to, which is how she brought you back here. She's been watching you since you landed here.
Right.
And that's how she brought you straight back here, because she created a location of here, like a phase point.
Mm-hmm.
And basically...
Oh, I guess if she's gonna do that, then he would want to interrogate her first. So he wouldn't just activate it before she gets to say anything.
Okay. I mean, you could probably monologue, but I can explain why she's struggling so much in the smoke. Basically, phasing for an object, that's easy. Like, because it's just an object, it's just boom, I go through it. She doesn't actually phase through the air particularly well, because air is not one thing. It's a multitude of different things, and, you know, so to just, like, be intangible and to allow the air, it's not adjusting your body to phase through one thing, it's adjusting through, like, the constant myriad of things in the air. And so adding smoke on top of that means that she can't really attune herself to phase very comfortably. So the reason she's struggling so much, she's trying to maintain, like, a phase, but is constantly being jumped out of it by smoke messing with her concentration. So she can't, like, maintain it amazingly. And add on top the caltrops, which is just another thing. Her only option here is to literally loom into the floor.
Yep.
Where she thinks she is safe. She goes, ha ha ha. Fine, I'll just come and punch you in the leg a bunch of times till you give up, I guess. I don't know. I'll get out the smoke cloud. So she's gonna whoom into the floor, phase through that, and she's essentially gonna like try and pop up behind and like go to punch you in the face. And you see it, like she'll pop up behind, and you know, she's dressed in like, now you actually get a physical image. She's dressed very stereotypical. I'm dark and mysterious, so like cowl, face mask, like a little bit of a cape. All black, obviously. As she pulls a punch back, and you see her arm kind of like disappears, and then it reappears like into your face. She basically is using this to artificially increase the speed in which she hits somebody.
Oh, that's kind of cool. And when the punch connects, he just, without even turning, says checkmate.
Yeah, because immediately as that happens, as she makes contact, I mean, we'll roll the punch anyway. Are you defending, or are you just taking this punch straight on?
I mean,
Yeah, don't defend. You don't want to defend.
So if you just take this punch, that's not bad actually. That's 8 damage. And the moment it connects, she just falls into the floor. And doesn't stop.
He's gonna take that moment, since her devil fruit would activate on him, to pull his leg out of the ground real quick. And he leaves an earpiece behind because he leaves a remote Mushi because he wants to monologue as she falls.
I mean, okay, I think what she's going to do, and it's actually kind of tragic, because until this stops, because she has her phase point, she's basically going to keep teleporting back there, but can't stop, so she'll zip there and then keep falling. So it's basically creating like a little loop. So as she's portal looping, do you want to fit in your monologue?
Yes, Iris says, you know what I hate the most? People like you. So loyal to that pathetic little king you have. And for what? Where are they now? You think he even cares that you're about to die? What a shame, and honestly what a waste of a devil fruit. But I'll give you a little bit of advice. Or I guess maybe something a little bit comforting. The Revolutionary Army will put that devil fruit to good use.
You threatening to kill her and steal her fruit?
That's literally what he's gonna do, because he's going
The plot thickens.
He's going to touch the ground and start putting layers of destabilization on the ground. So every time she passes through it, it gets worse.
Okay, so basically, Rin, do you know in 3.5 what happens when you like teleport into a solid object? How it just shunts you out, and you take like 1d6 for every foot you get shunted. You're essentially doing that to her while she's stuck in this loop, right?
Yeah, kinda.
So she is perpetually taking damage until that she is no longer alive.
Yes.
Wow.
And
that's how damage works usually.
As it's over, he's just like, yeah, that's the problem with having an ability that makes you invisible and unnoticeable. No one will even know you're gone.
Wow.
Fuck. I'm scared.
See, I love the dichotomy we have here. We've got our two like super serious, hardcore, edgy characters who like utterly brutalized, and then we've got these two jokey characters on the sides just like clowning around, and oh wow.
Then there's Mark.
And then he radios into the base and says, check every piece of fruit you have in the base.
mean, you're having this fight right in front of the base. That's
Oh, yeah.
where you were ported back to. So like, you could literally just like knock on it and then open up for you.
Yeah, he says, no one eats any fruit. If anything, if you see any fruit change, let me know immediately.
You see like one person is like just about to eat a banana. Go, oh, okay. Was really looking forward to his lunch, bud. Whoa. I think that is actually a good point to end this session on. Does anybody have anything they would like to do quickly in character before we wrap up? Obviously, Maggie, you are in hibernation.
I'm gonna charge at the door where the king had ran through,
Mm-hmm.
and basically try to blow it open.
Okay. So as you run towards that door, you get to it and you like try to like make contact. Like, this is solid. This is sturdy. This is strong. In fact, it's got like a greenish hue to it. This door has it's basically just a veneer of sea stone over it. So it's almost entirely blast proof. It's devil fruit proof. It is like the ultimate panic room.
Alright, I'm gonna go get the big guy from the tank. Maybe he'll be able to help me.
Iris will run down the stairs, look to the right, look to the left, and like, ah, crap.
Yeah. So, obviously we don't know what's happened with Merc, so there'll be something there. But over to the right-hand side, you you just see this pillar of fire. Over to the left-hand side, you just see, well, again, probably like just the signs of severe battle. There's two giant iron balls that have like just smashed through the door, the other side of the pool, and just casually rolling down. And then there's a scene in the center that we haven't figured out yet.
He doesn't know who to help first.
It looks like a mess, really.
I guess he's gonna rush into the pillar of fire since he's the only one that can do something like that anyway.
Alright, so we'll pick up with that next time. Obviously, Jimmy, you're unconscious. Maggie, you're in hibernation. Do either of your characters have any thoughts whilst they are in these states?
Maggie will begin to reboot.
Ow! That's in Jimmy's head.
Oh, I totally know what we're going to start with next time. So this is something for you two to have a little think about.
I actually, Maggie has, if I can take a little bit of narrative control.
Because the iron is like super chilled, it is extremely brittle.
Mm-hmm.
And Maggie probably uses a shotgun or something and just blasts a hole open in it. If not, she uses an explosive, whatever is necessary. And just blasts a small hole open and walks out.
Okay.
Holding in her hand Dummy's brain core.
That's so
And you see her skull, the metal part of her skull is open, and she places it inside her head and then shuts it.
So does she have a fruit now?
I don't know. If Dummy technically died, then the fruit would have passed on.
See, this is also like, because we don't know. The only point of reference we would potentially have for this is Bartholomew Kuma, because at what point is Kuma technically not alive anymore? Now he's full robot. He does still have access to Pawpaw Fruit, but
Yeah.
is he still
he-
alive?
Well, actually, we don't know if he's full robot. We know that Vegapunk said he was full robot.
True.
But also, robots can have devil fruit powers because of the whole lineage factor manipulation thing.
I like to imagine though that like the core is where the fruit was like basically stored to give it the power.
I mean,
Potentially.
I suppose yes, technically, because we have seen people get like severely injured and like. I suppose like that, since Dummy technically doesn't need a body, so long as the computer part is still active in some way, shape, or form, it would retain the fruit. Maybe.
I guess that's like, cause if
Find out next episode.
I guess maybe we roll a dice. I don't know.
I think we would have to figure it out how exactly that would work. I mean, the other thing.
Fine with that.
The other thing we still need to contemplate as well is we never really established where the hell Maggie got the fruit, because I get that like there's just a chance that they have a fruit power. But obviously, Dummy's man-made, so is there the potential that since Maggie was constantly like making and unmaking this thing, maybe this isn't even a real devil fruit. Maybe this is just like an artificial devil fruit, which we do know exists. So far, yes. We've only seen them have Zoan capabilities, but we don't know what Maggie's fucking up to.
Actually, no, because there's Sanji's siblings technically have devil fruit powers.
I mean, they're powers. They're not technically devil fruits. At no point does it ever say that they can't swim.
No, it's the same. Because remember, so in the PX machines, they have what is confirmed to be, they are Kizaru's laser. They are the same lasers that Kizaru, that Vegapunk put in those robots because of lineage factor. And that's the lineage factors are the same way that Sanji's siblings got power. So they're artificial devil fruits that were used using lineage factors of real devil.
Okay, but by the same logic, when Frankie's radical beam, which was built using the same technology as the PX lasers, would also...
It is.
One Piece is wild, like, seriously.
This discussion we could probably do later.
Yes, so we will figure out exactly how that works, but something for Jimmy to think about. And Maggie, you can have a little think about it too, because there'll be a nice little intro to next time. In those moments, like, what is the dream sequence that Jimmy is currently having whilst on the brink of death? And simultaneously, what was the... Did Maggie dream in that moment where she was rebooting? And if so, what was that dream? How did it go? And we'll start next time with them. Merc will have his fight, and then we'll try and wrap up this arc.
Yeah, Nick's gonna come back, be like, what happened last time? We explained to him, and he's gonna be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So...
Oh, nothing.
Oh, no, it's fine. Dummy's dead. What?
Dummy's dead. Jimmy's unconscious.
Iris killed a woman.
Hey, only for the devil fruit.
Maggie killed a guy. And we now have plenty of space to walk through into the throne room.
So, yeah, we will wrap it up there. I have been, and will continue to be, the Bardic Knock. You can find me on the internet, Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and YouTube, all as the Bardic Knock. This was a session.
It was.
I would normally say Nick, but it's not Nick, so ignore what the nameplate says. Dakota, who are you?
I'm Dakota, White Wolf 462. Been playing Wave. And honestly, I thought I was going to be screwed after the last session.
Them rolls. You got real good rolls today.
And then the last one was terrible, and you got the worst one. I was like, oh my god. Luck. Be on my side.
Alright, Shogun, who are you?
I'm Shogun. I played Maggie today, and I stream on the Cryogun Twitch channel. And yeah, that's about it.
James, who are you?
I am James. I play Jimmy the Burnt Skunk Man.
Oh god, I
Once you
just
take
realized-
off that hazmat suit, it's gonna be nothing but burnt skunk smell and burnt skunk hair.
Oh god, nobody take the suit off of him.
Well, you need to treat me. I'm dying, man.
Yeah, what?
It's just your face. You can take your face. You don't have to take the whole suit off.
It
Yeah,
went
he-
down my suit.
He can just die.
Yeah, what the fuck?
All right.
Wow. We're great.
I've got some good news and some bad news for you. The good news is that Iris can heal you a little bit. The bad news is that it kind of will probably take some years off of your lifespan.
Let's
Alright.
let's wait
Come on,
to see
fella.
what the doctor can do. Let's leave it to a professional.
No time.
You have a professional?
Rin, who are you?
I am Rin. I am playing Iris for probably like another session or two.
Then we can find out what the hell's been going on with Data.
Yeah.
I need like 1 or 2 more levels, and then Zor will also be returning.
That 1 or 2 more levels. I think that would basically finish off the smokestacks. Finish off this saga. So with that, thank everybody for tuning in, and until next time, stay safe and happy adventures. Bye bye.
Later.
Bye.